International Day of Yoga, and happy Summer Solstice. Summer solstice is always one of my favorite times of the year. Summer solstice occurs when the sun is at its closest proximity to the earth, and so all of your prayers are easily manifested because the distance is that much closer between you and the divine. Now, the sun is the one God that we can see from the earth. It is the one that is always visible. And in Hindu mythology, God of the sun has 12 names. Each of those 12 names is represented by one of the 12 poses in the Ashtanga series of Surya Namskar. Surya Namskar is named for Surya, which is one of the 12 names of the sun god. Now, when you choose to celebrate the summer solstice, you can choose to celebrate that in any number of ways. You can simply relax in the energy of the sun, do the things that make you happy, or you can add a spot of yoga, right? There are numerous ways that you can incorporate the energy of the summer solstice into your yoga practice. Way number one is by using a mantra. The mantra that I was taught, I learned to count on my mala beads. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the practice of using a mala, a japa mala comes in a number of different beads. This is the traditional 108, which is a divine number for yogis, and some malas are even larger at 1008. Okay. For this particular mala, this mala was given to me by a very dear friend and mentor, and she gave me the mantra for Lord Surya. Of all the 12 names, Lord Surya means he who induces activity. My friend knew that it was going to take quite a nudge to get me to finally get up into the yoga things, and so she prepared me with a mantra to do just that. Now, when you do count malas, let me teach you a few tips. Number one, the mala is always chanted with the right hand. The left hand is seen as unclean in Hindu practices, and therefore the right hand is always used. Now, when you do count your mala, it is the goal is to flick the beads here, okay? Now, as you do this, you will want to either rest your mala here over the index finger or pull through with the middle finger. The index finger should never count the bead, okay? The bead should be counted through the thumb, either this way or this way. I'm a little short, so I'm kind of closer to the ground, and it helps me to give that extra level, all right? And so you just flick through 108 times for each one. Now, the bead here that is attached to the tassel, this is called a guru bead. The guru bead is not counted in the japa mala, so you would start here at this particular one and then flick, flick, flick all the way around until you came back to here. Now, you'll notice that there are two types of malas sold if you choose to purchase one of your own. This one here is unknotted. I like this one. This is actually a very good quality mala. And also keep in mind the beads that you use for your mala. For Lord Surya, using carnelian was perfect because that's the energy of the sun. Lord Surya tends to love the color red. And so it's perfect to show that fire energy and that creativity in action. And so that makes this a perfect mala. But with that being said, let's get to the mantra. The mantra for Lord Surya that I was taught was Surya Nama. Now, what that means is salutations to he who induces activity. All right, so you would chant that 108 times as you flick. All right, another way to allow yourself to channel in and bring in the energy of the sun is to do a mudra. Now, a sun mudra can be done while sitting, lying, or holding any of the yogic positions, especially the ones that are in relation to the sun salutations. So the sun mudra is very simple. You have your sun finger here, okay? And you're going to bring that together with your thumb. All right? And you'll do that on both hands. So it looks like this. And you can leave it resting on your knees. You can hold it out as such if you like to receive divine healing. All right? And so those are going to be the simplest, most basic ways, but deep ways to connect with Lord Surya. All right? Let's take a look at Surya Namskar and see the 12 poses of the names of God. Welcome back to the Summer Solstice 2022 celebration. Right now we're about to go through the 12 steps of Surya Namskar in the Ashtanga series. Each of these 12 poses is reflective of a moment to chant a mantra to the particular name of the god of the sun. As we go through Surya Namskar, we're simply going to enjoy the movements. Surya Namskar will always start here. Phase 2 is to inhale the arms up and back. 3, you're going to exhale, come all the way forward, reaching down the toes. Step 4 will be to step the right leg back, drop the knee, press the tops of the floor into the mat, and inhale the chest straight up over the knee. You're going to tuck that back toe, lean forward, press the palms face down into the mat, step the left foot back into plank. Step 6 will be to drop the knees, bring the chest to the floor, and press up and through. It's Cobra. Go ahead and tuck your toes. Lift your hips skyward using the navel point to lift you up. Pulling up on the root block as you lean into your downward facing dog. Emptying through the chest cavity and pulling up on the diaphragm. Go ahead and step the right knee forward, dropping the left knee down and the top of the left foot to the floor. Lifting up, chin parallel to the ground. You'll go ahead and tuck that back toe. Come standing up, keeping the head dropped and the hands down towards the toes. Inhale up and back. And then the 12th and final phase, come back through. Exhale into prayer pose. On summer solstice, I try to start my day with 3 rounds of those. I try to start my day with a few rounds of those anyway, but more importantly so on the summer solstice, just to show honor and give thanks to Lord Surya for reappearing and keeping that brilliance and sustaining life into the world. Lord Surya had quite a difficult acclimation to the world around him. He shone so bright that even his beloved wife hid from him and created a shadow version of herself because she couldn't stand to be in his brilliance because it shone so brightly. It wasn't until her own father put Lord Surya on his spindle and took away an eighth of his brilliance, were his wife and children able to stand in his sight? Our connection with the divine is a lot like that. We run and hide from the sense of brilliance that we would love to see, but the truth is that if we could see it all at once, if everything were shown to us, would we be able to face it? Or would we too put our shadow selves out into the world so we could hide within the world? Have a blessed and happy summer. Sana.